Hi guys, it's Katie from teabreak.com with Nick.
Hello.
How you doing?
Very good, very excited.
Are you?
I'm always excited for these things.
So this is Questionable Kickstarters, okay? I'll tell you what it is. We look at the interesting crowdfunding ideas on the internet. Now, this is the first time we see these ideas, so this is our reaction. Let's have a look at this week's.
I came up with the idea for a translator when I met a French girl. That's really where the story starts. I was on vacation and I met this girl. It was difficult for us to communicate because she didn't speak English very well. And even when we tried to find a solution, like using some translation app to communicate, it was horrible. Look, if you and I are speaking and our phones are in our face like this, forget it. This is a wall. We're out of this real world interaction. But this, in your ear, puts us right back in it. Elodie, put this in your ear.
Je mets ça dans mon oreille?
Yeah, put it in your ear.
Comme ça?
Yeah.
Like this.
Ok.
Can you hear me in French?
Pouvez-vous me entendre en français?
Oui. Mais je peux t'entendre parler français. Mais c'est
Yes,
génial.
I can hear you talk French.
Attends, comment ça se fait? C'est
But this is awesome. But how you do it?
Yeah, it's translating. It's translating. This little wearable uses translation technology to allow two people to speak different languages,
come
but
on.
still clearly
No, I'm not
understand
saying
each other.
anything until the end.
Simply put, when one person speaks, the other hears it in their language.
Okay, you've got to mark this date in your calendar because I like this.
You
I
do?
genuinely like this. I know that you
No, shh. Okay. Just had to have that moment.
just soak it all in. Real life story, okay?
Yep.
And before I come to this, I was in Heathrow Airport once and getting to my gate like an hour and a half before it was going to open. Just walk around the airport.
Like a responsible
Like a
traveller.
responsible traveller, exactly. And there was a woman who was clearly lost and trying to find her gate because, you know, the Heathrow Terminal 5 is actually quite massive. And trying to find your gate is just insane. So she was really lost and she was trying to like find out where she was going. And so I approached her and asked her in English, can I help you? And she started speaking Spanish to me. And so I'm like, I know probably 4 words in Spanish, so I was no help at all.
I know,
But
I
then-
can name all of those 4 words.
Exactly. But then what I did is I took out my phone and I had a translation app and I just typed in a few things. I chose Spanish to English and vice versa.
Yeah.
Held it to her and I said, can you say that again? And then it said out loud in
Oh,
Spanish
cool.
to her.
Okay.
And we had a very limited conversation. She's basically saying, I'm lost, where is gate number, whatever. I told her, go straight up the stairs and go left, you'll see it there.
Amazing.
And all in Spanish. So, you know, it was one of the examples of how this translation app worked and kind of helped out with this scenario. Now, these guys want to take that same idea but put it in an earpiece,
Yeah.
which is, I think, really cool because it makes it a little more intuitive. You don't
Yeah.
have, like the guy said, a phone in someone's face,
Yeah.
you know, barring the conversation. So it is a great idea. I know that, I think it was Microsoft that was looking at something along these lines for Skype.
Okay.
So basically, you could be chatting with someone across the world in another language, and it'll translate on the fly and show you what
Wow.
the person is saying. So there are people who are tackling this kind of language barrier. I kind of have to say it almost deters people from learning a second language because they're always going to be, you know, translating on the fly. But I think in scenarios where you're traveling or where you're with somebody who's still learning English, if you've got this kind of app or this kind of device, it's an interesting idea. I actually do genuinely like it.
Yeah, I thought the video was really, really good. I
Yeah.
thought it was very clever that it kind of tugged
It
on
humanized it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
tugged on
very much
heartstrings.
humanized it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
made
yeah.
made it very emotional. And
Who knows if I could use it to maybe understand what you say sometimes.
sometimes it's probably not going to happen though. But I mean, we all know. Not that I'm not saying it's something for a holiday romance, but when you meet someone, okay, so take the UAE. There's
Yeah.
people here from all different languages and cultures and everything, and you kind of want to have that connection with
Yeah.
them, romantic or not. But what
Yeah.
I mean is
or even just to speak Arabic fluently with
just a
someone, or just
conversation.
understand. Yeah.
I'm with you as well. You know, it again. I'm sorry, but being English, we don't learn other languages. I'm sorry. It's very ignorant and lazy on our behalf, and so that would deter you. Whereas obviously,
Yeah.
look at so many different relationships in the UAE from different countries, and you have to speak different languages.
Yeah.
A couple of questions I had were, say taking the kind of connection. So say I didn't want to speak to someone in Spain, but say I'm traveling on my own in Spain. You know, could I walk into a shop per se and I don't know, you wouldn't want to give that earpiece
Yeah,
to the person.
I want to kind of figure out, does the other person also need to have the earpiece, or can you just have yours and it translates?
That's what I was going to
flat?
ask. So can you then say it? You say it to yourself almost.
Yeah.
I'd like to buy a kilo of oranges.
Yeah, and
which
it kind
I
of
know
plays
what
back
it
and
is.
whatever. Yeah, and you just say that or whatever it is.
And yeah, I like it. I think it's
Yeah.
really good. I like the way that they even put in at the end that the app standalone is available.
Yeah.
But they're encouraging you to experience the
And it comes
whole
with a second
thing.
one, so you can use it as a regular headset.
As
which is Pretty
headphones.
cool. Yeah.
Very clever.
I'm just a little bit
the
concerned
video was
about battery life.
life. Yeah. You're always concerned about battery
Because
life.
the problem with wireless devices and devices that are this small is the battery isn't going to be very, maybe just a couple of hours. But then again, you aren't going to be having long-winded conversation with someone. So even the battery life is maybe 2, maybe 3 hours. That isn't too atrocious.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
I mean, given that
because-
smaller earbuds that kind of go in ear can last up to 6 hours.
Yeah.
So I think something that small that is translation on the fly and communicating with an app
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's good. I like it. It kind of
Yeah.
it gives me a very warm feeling that if that's how we can kind of connect everybody around the world. I don't want to make that sound too cheesy.
Because I mean, I think language is one of those
like
barriers that you just it's almost impossible to overcome sometimes unless you
Yeah.
just take the effort and learn the other person's language or they learn yours. And I think if you have something like this, it kind of bridges that gap.
Yeah. Or just do what every Englishman does and talk very slowly
And loudly.
and everyone will understand what I'm saying. Sorry.
Okay. Right, let's go to the figures.
Do you understand what I'm
Awkward.
saying? Okay. I want to tell you how much they asked.
How much did they ask for? How much did they raise? And what is the price? And I don't like where this is going. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, go for it.
This is legit. Okay. Okay. So they were asking for. Did you see that?
No.
They were asking for $75,000.
Okay, I have a feeling they're gonna make like $1 million or something, but go on.
They were asking for $75,000. They have got $2.5 million.
That's not hard to believe. That's not hard to believe. If you look at the like you said, the human angle,
Yeah,
so that
yeah, yeah.
obviously will get people to donate. And the fact that it is trying to address a problem that people face. They can't communicate with each other because of languages. So well done to them.
And especially from it, we've taken away this fact from a business perspective as well. I mean,
Yeah.
it would just be incredible.
Yeah.
And the price per unit, what? Tell me, I always like the
I would,
guessing
I
game.
would say almost like $199 is something I would be happy to pay for. Honestly, like this is something that I think would improve my life. So if it's expensive than that, then maybe on the fence. If it's cheaper than that, buy me 3.
So you're saying $199
Is what I would pay for it.
Ding, ding, ding! Give that man a prize. It's $199.
Well done. Okay, I'm gonna buy one for myself and you can borrow it sometime.
You were really hesitant. I'm going to buy everybody, pilots for everybody.
Yeah, you get one and you get one and you
Love
get one.
it. So I'm
Yeah.
so pleased that
I
you
like
like
this one.
it.
I really like it. Just because it reminded me of that instance at the airport where I was
Yeah.
at a loss, I couldn't communicate, and having something like this was really cool.
Yeah. No, I'm
Well
in.
done.
Well done.
Good news. So that's it for this episode of Questionable Kickstarters. Not so questionable this time around. I
Not
think.
questionable.
Quite
Spot
good.
on.
Let us know in the comments what you think of this Kickstarter. Would you buy it? Would you want a translation app or translation earpiece? And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. But for everything in the world of tech, stay tuned here to Tea Break.